Hi, I meant to do more videos to show the progress on the couch, and then things got crazy. Life happened. Let me catch you all up. There's been a lifetime in the past couple weeks. So I've been sleeping and resting and enjoying this couch very much. There's a couple different levels. Right now, this is the reclining level. So I'll set it up into the couch. I'm gonna have to put like a handle here or something. Okay, I can't do it with just one arm. Again, I just have a phone, and part of the reason I'm not recording more is because I don't want to ruin my phone, and I don't have a gimbal or a proper stand or something. Anyways, I did definitely progress a lot in the couch. So we've got the three levels. The very bottom, well, that's not really a level, that's just part of the structure. Because when this thing's down, it's flat and level like a nice bed, like it should be. So in the middle here, we have a nice resting position. Obviously, I can barely lift it with, well, one arm, but so it's safe for kids. They're not going to do that. And then the top level, of course, is the couch sitting position, which brings the head of the cushion right up to this board of wood. Now, the feature of this, the cornerstone, if you will, is this long piece of wood along the back, minus those cuts for those plank pieces. This wood was part of a fence, and that curve basically shows exactly where it was completely rotten. So I took all that rot off and I saved what was left, and it was this beautiful long piece that was kind of weird shaped, and I thought it's gonna fit this length perfectly. As you can see, the length of this queen size mattress or futon works perfectly as a back set. So then I got all this free marble, so I was gonna level it up perfectly with wood, and I skipped ahead and had broken pieces under here, but I don't know if you can see the edge along this insert is there's broken pieces in there, but it's okay. It's you can't see underneath. Now this marble is actually kind of easy to cut, but you don't want to keep cutting to get it more and more perfect. The brownness on that edge, I'm realizing, is just from the wood moving the epoxy around with the rag. It just, the color transfers, I gotta deal with that. So it's gonna be a long job, just with little touch-ups here and there. Now, the reason why I didn't record, I was gonna record it when I was doing this, but when I poured the epoxy, which I didn't even mention I was gonna do that, that's a surprise. I thought I had it covered underneath, but I didn't, and it was dripping a lot. As you can see, this piece of wood I chose for the armrest or food rest or whatever you want to call it. It was dripping right there, so of course, lazily I rubbed it in that spot. I kind of like the natural wood look, to be honest. So I might just sand that off. Epoxy up there. Those planks are not epoxied. That's just raw. And then over here, this nice armrest is not epoxied at all. And I like it. If it gets dirty, you can just sand it and make it smoother. Why not? So the marble turned out pretty good. For safety reasons, I made sure that there's solid wood underneath the marble, so if it ever did crack, it wouldn't fall down into sharp pieces or anything like that. And here I have just the bottom shelf. Move those pillows out of the way. And this ridiculous little door. This is plexiglass. You gotta love plexiglass because you can use it for almost anything, and it doesn't shatter. And this door is just guided by the wood placement and to help out some strategically placed screws right there. Just two. keeps it from getting jammed up very efficiently, and I'm sure it'll work better and better the more I use it. That way you can shove something in there, shut the door, and if you're having a drink or something, there's no way of spilling it. On top of that, and here's a paper from Angus, Ontario. That's where the biggest military base is. World War III may have already begun. And you know, when you read it, it's kind of interesting because it follows my thinking that the wars these days aren't the same as the wars in the old days. And so since I have brought up this epoxy situation, we'll talk about epoxy because I'm new to working with it. This is an experiment right here for sure. I've actually got lights run through here. I ordered this off Amazon. It's just battery pack with AA batteries. And I left it on one night and that pretty much burned it out. So here goes nothing. I'm gonna embed the lights in this epoxy and have a lit up fluorite Oregon couch headrest, which is pretty good. I'll change the batteries and plug it in and show you guys. It's only halfway done. Alright, so there's some battery left in it, so that's that, but just picture that with crystals and a clear epoxy on top. So it'll have kind of a, well, we'll see. That's the beauty of this stuff. You don't know how it's going to turn out till you're all done. Maybe we'll switch those batteries. This is still with the old batteries. Actually, you know what? I'll wait till they're totally dead because I don't like wasting. So, and then we have the garbage, of course. So I've got an epoxy plan for, you know, you got these nice stands here with no shelf yet. So the shelf's gonna go right here with a little epoxy hole. It's a natural hole in the walnut, just a piece I wouldn't want to waste. I'd want to take full advantage of that nice hole there. And here we go. So I've got some blue apatite and blue calcite. I just wanted the blue look for the garbage for some reason. And then while I'm doing that, I did do a pre-layer, and I just sprinkled that crystal on right now. And then over here, this is something neat. It's Triscolon in a cube design. So I've got 3 different colors here: pink quartz and the blue apatite again. And I forget the name of the green stone down there, but I sprinkled in some tiger's eye, and I think it's going to be gorgeous. And with both of these, I'm embedding lights. And these are just ordered off Amazon. I hope they don't just die and crap out, but they will eventually. But, you know, it's worth it just to see the finished product, and I'll definitely show you guys. So the couch turned out great. You know, I looked at the furniture in Kijiji. I didn't want it, and this seemed better. And it was a bit of an expense just for the crystals and the epoxy, really. The lights are pretty cheap, I'm not gonna lie. And then if you want to see some expensive recycling, this is the most I've ever paid for something old. This I bought from an antique store for $160, and it's a 70s vintage light. So pretty straightforward. And that's that. I'm gonna mix the epoxy now. I just mix them up. It's probably good to use the same thing over and over again for this stuff because it's hard to clean and you don't want to eat it. You don't want to mix it with your food, that's for sure. That was an intense pause. So there's that. And this was the big challenge. Oh my. Running the wires through there. I got that stuff all over my hands, and all I gotta say is I don't know the best way to clean that off. I find right away with baby wipes is better than soap. Let's check this out. Ooh. Not perfect, but hey, it's an experiment. This, on the other hand, well, honestly, I do love that. Let's see how this looks. Ooh. And still more room to go. It's a process. So that's where I'm at.